Hey everybody, my name is Karma. This is my 2-turn, 3-turn Charizard kill video. The first clip you're going to see here is a kind of a 200% speed Azumarill and Florges. It's a very safe run. You can just kind of watch this. I'll put some stats up on the screen for what we use, but the other two are AI, so you can do this with a friend. There's plenty other videos out there that teach you how to solo this raid. You can do that with a bunch of different mons, but for this purposes, for the purpose of this video rather, um, I'm going to just be talking about the 2 and 3 turn kill. Turn 1, Charizard will always overheat one of your allies, and then remove the overheat debuff immediately. After that, once he gets to about a third or a fourth, or he's lost a third or a fourth of his HP, he will clear your status buffs and abilities, and this includes huge power and stuff like that. That ability will be nullified until the Pokemon dies and comes back in, or never at all. Sometimes if you can just never die. Once you get him to about half, or I want to say is around half, he puts up his Terra Shield. Status effects no longer affect Charizard when he has a Terra Shield up, and he will begin to really become more aggressive. You start using, as you can see in the bottom left now, Terra Blast. He will Terra Blast one person or one Pokemon. If you have Fairy types, obviously you won't take any damage from that, but just be aware that that will happen. After I think like a third or a quarter of his health, he'll use Sunny Day. This will activate his solar powered ability. He'll start to do crazy amounts of damage to you while losing negligible amount of health because of the just insane amount of health that Charizard has in this raid. So that's just kind of what Charizard does. Damage is bugged right now with huge power and pure power, so don't really take his health bar too seriously in this fight. But yeah, that's sort of an overview of how Charizard works. He's a very formidable raid boss. I wouldn't say he's unrivaled, like the title suggests, but he is pretty tough if you just bring in regular mons and don't have a strategy, like most 6-star raids will be. So anyway, this video is about to wrap up, or this clip rather is about to wrap up. Let me talk about the turn 3 kill. So, for the turn 3 kill, you're going to need a Sylveon with Pixelate as its ability, and Hyper Beam. If you don't know what these, if you don't know what Pixelate does, or Hyper Beam, etc., you can look them up on any cool Pokemon website. I recommend Pokemon DB or Bulbapedia. Anyway, it's going to start off the exact same like they all do. Charizard is going to use Overheat on turn 1. Make sure your 3 supports are going to have covert. Everyone needs covert cloaks, and your other 3 supports need to be special walls with fake tears. So it can be any Pokemon. Flutter Mane also works. You don't have to have all Sylveons. But you need fake tears, and the reason for that is because we're going to be lowering Charizard's defense, or special defense rather, with fake tears, and we're going to be using, and we're going to need to survive Fire Blast and Hurricanes. The Covert Cloak makes it to where we don't get burned or confused by Fire Blast and Hurricane respectively. So turn 1 and turn 2 are the same for the attacking Sylveon. You're going to use Calm Mind twice. It's best to wait for Light Screen or Defensive Cheers first before you do that, so you don't take too much damage. And turn 3, after you have 2 Calm Minds, we'll have 3 Fake Tears, 3 Offensive Cheers. You're going to wait for all the cheers to go off and all the fake tears to go off. And then when all of that stuff goes off, you're going to use Hyper Beam. You want to wait until all the animations finish completely before you Hyper Beam. So in this clip, I kind of got pretty bad luck, 1 in 10 chance. I missed Hyper Beam. My Hyper Beam has a 90% accuracy, so it can miss. So your allies just don't do anything. They just sit there and wait because they don't want to take damage. And then turn 3, you'll Hyper Beam, or turn 3.5, or whatever you want to call it. So there you go. It will one-shot Charizard. So Charizard dies on turn 3. This is very consistent. It's very safe. You really will never die unless you're not level 100 or your allies aren't spec'd correctly for this fight. So this is the 2-turn kill. This is way more risky. Your attacking Sylveon no longer has Covert Cloak, but Choice Specs. And instead of using defensive cheers or any sort of defensive abilities at all, we're going to use one offensive cheer as the attacking Sylveon and then Hyper Beam turn 2. The rest of your allies are going to use fake tears and then helping hands. Or is it offensive cheers and helping hands? I'm pretty sure it's fake tears and helping hands, but I'm not sure. I think it's fake tears and helping hands. Yeah, fake tears and helping hands. So you're going to do an offensive cheer. Your allies are going to do the fake tears. So you have 3 fake tears off. And yeah, so luckily we didn't get confused. So without not having Covert Cloak means we can get confused by the Hurricane. And the Fire Blast could crit and kill us because we have no defensive buffs. But once you have the animations all go off for fake tears and helping hands, you are free to Hyper Beam. This is the Fire Blast that can crit you and kill you. But it did not, thank goodness. So Hyper Beam, 1-shot, turn 2. So this is a much more risky strategy, but it does pay off if you're lucky. So it's like a 1 in 16 to get screwed here. So you're usually fine. Anyway, there you go. I'll post all stats up on the screen, but that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and bye now.